Well, you guys know I'm gonna have fun with this breakdown. I even got a little fancy with it and edited a video, this video that we're gonna watch now, instead of just watching the play raw and dissecting it raw. I dissected it a little bit, and we're gonna have some fun with it because, it's the Dodgers. We gotta have some fun with it, but we're also gotta stick to being analytical, all right? Um, but we're still gonna have a lot of fun with it. You already know. So right now, off the top of our head, we have to look at situation. Situation is always the first thing you look at when you're breaking down a play. Man on first and second, down by one, 1-2 count, 2 outs. 2 outs tells us that these runners are going off on contact. The minute the ball touches the bat, they're running. 1-2 tells us that Jansen doesn't have to be too perfect with this pitch. He just has to not give up a big hit because he has 2 outs, he has 2 strikes. He wants to close the game out, but he has 3 pitches to do that. He can make 3 mistakes. No, he can make 2 mistakes technically. The third one's going to be a walk. So he has pitches to work with before getting that perfect pitch. Jansen this year earlier he struggled with control. He was hitting the strike zone, but he wasn't hitting his spots. As you guys saw in the comeback that the Astros made against the Dodgers. So let's watch this, given the situation, and it's also Brett Phillips. Brett Phillips has 2 at-bats this postseason, so we'll talk about that in like a couple seconds. Kenley Jansen pitches the inside fastball. He aims up. He gets middle in. And look at the shift. It goes right through the shift because Brett Phillips hasn't had a hit in a month. The Dodgers haven't seen him. I don't think any team has seen him, really. He has 2 postseason at-bats. Nobody knows much about him. So the shift isn't going to be too effective. So look at Chris Taylor. He's rushing in, but there's honestly no need to. And we'll see why. Okay, so as you guys can see from this amazing diagram I drew, Randy Arozarena is at probably 70-80% away to second. And Kevin Kiermaier is like 70-80% to third. There's no way Chris Taylor is going to throw any of them out. Let's look at his choices, though. All of them. He could try to go to third on Randy Arozarena. He's probably not going to get it. He could go to home. He's definitely not going to get it. Look at the distance on that. He could go to second, which would be his best option because there is no other viable option, to be honest, because nobody else is in danger of being out. You could go to first, but there's no way you're going to gun him out at first. So there's really no out opportunity here. But Chris Taylor creates one for himself. As you guys can see, Chris Taylor is running into this baseball. Obviously, you don't want to wait for a baseball because then Randy Arozarena might actually score. But you don't need to rush through it. He tries to pick the ball here. Usually when you're in the outfield, you want to get it right in the center. In the infield, you don't really have much time to do that, so you just got to get it as it is. In the outfield, you're not really racing against time. You're not racing against a runner in this situation, so you don't need to run in. You don't need to try to pick it, or you don't have to try to get it with one hand. Your job right now is to secure the ball and let Arozarena stay at third. He's not going to go home. He's not that dumb. Brett Phillips is not going to go second. He's not that dumb, especially since the closest throw is to second. So there's really no point in you trying to rush this play. You don't want to slow it down, but you don't want to rush it. And what Chris Taylor did here was rush the play. And he really didn't need to, and it cost him this game. He bobbles the ball. Also, I think he played infield too, so I guess maybe he wanted to make it fun and try to pick the ball. I mean, as Brett Phillips said,
man, baseball's fun. Wow.
If y'all ever played infield, maybe outfielders do this too, probably. Picking the ball is the funnest thing to do in baseball, so I don't blame him for wanting to do it, but you also got to get in front of it in case you don't make that pick. Because let's watch this a little bit. I slowed it down just for fun. Look at Chris Taylor just bobble this. He misses. It goes into his glove, but he just whacks it out. And because he whacks it out, the ball gets away. If he was in front of the ball, that ball it gets out in front of him if he misses it. But because he's to the side of it, that ball moves out. And now Rosarena does want to go to third, and he slips. Let's watch. Oh, we could watch this play. So let's watch it through. Rosarena's already 80% of the way there. Before he's actually a second by the time Chris Taylor puts a glove on it. Let's look at this right now. Muncy's about to make the throw. You guys tell me right now. Do you guys see Randy Arozarena in this frame? Because I don't. Randy Arozarena is nowhere near home plate right now. You know why? It's because he tripped. You don't have to rush it at this point. Max Muncy doesn't need to throw 90-mile-per-hour heater at home. In fact, Arozarena is probably 50%, halfway in between. So what Muncy should have done was actually run him down and try to get him in a pickle. If you're gonna throw to home, you better make it good, and preferably you want it on the tag side. Now Arozarena actually is in the frame, and the ball's here, but Will Smith doesn't catch it. It's off the tip of his glove. I don't know if I would give that an error on Smith or on Muncy. Muncy's throw could have been better, but definitely Smith should have been able to catch this. But look at the throw. It's not even on the tag side. That was so curvy. He threw a curveball. And look at Kenley Jansen. Look at where he is. Y'all, look at Kenley Jansen and look at where he is. Everybody knows that in this situation, Kenley Jansen has to be behind home plate, and he has to be backing up home plate. He should not be wandering around here at all. Everybody has a job, okay? All position players in every play has a job, and sometimes people ignore that job, like Kenley Jansen, and stuff like this happens. Kenley Jansen should have been here right, like even before Kiermaier was at home. Kenley Jansen should be backing up his catcher. He's right here. The ball gets away, and that's why they can't get it fast enough, and Arozarena can score. If Kenley Jansen backed up, it would have been a close play, and Arozarena probably would have ran to third. The only reason Arozarena went home again was because there was nobody in the backstop. There were more Rays players in the backstop than Dodger players. That's why the Dodgers lost. 3 crucial errors. 3.5, let's say. Because Chris Taylor won. Max Muncy could have made a better throw, but that wasn't really an error, so I'll give it a half error. Will Smith definitely needed to catch the ball, and Kenley Jansen needed to be backing up his catcher. Because of this mistake, Arozarena scores, and look at him. Look at him being nice to the home plate. He says, I'm not going to step on you. I'm going to just give you some taps because I love you. You just won the game for me. And look at Jansen. He's so sad. I would be sad too. Look at him. I love watching this. I'm sorry. I put it on repeat for a little bit. And look at Brett Phillips. Brett Phillips thanking God. I took issue with this. I took a lot of issue with this post by the Tampa Bay Rays. You know dang well that Brett Phillips was not thanking the baseball gods because they don't exist. You know Brett Phillips was thanking the one and only God. And I thought, you would think that a team's social media would at least respect their players' religion. So I don't know if I said this earlier, but every position player has a job in every single play, no matter what. It might sound silly. Maybe right field thinks, what do I have to do on a bunt? You're gonna have to back up the throw to first. Same as second base. You're always backing up a throw, and you're always ready for a pickle. In this play, I drew out all the players, and we're gonna have Velvet beat Arozarena. Arozarena's right here, right? In this play, Kenley Jansen, the pitcher, should have been well behind home plate already and backing up the throw. Max Muncy did his job. He's the cutoff on this side of the field. And in a play at home. He's the cutoff man. If it's a play to third, then shortstop is the cutoff. Right fielder, your job now is to back up third base. Third baseman, obviously your job right now is to cover third base because Arozarena is trapped in here. Now, second base has a choice. He's equally distant here. I'm not really sure where he would go. You could back up third, or you could back up home. There's not a lot of people backing up home right now on a play, like in case there's a pickle. Center field, Chris Taylor just made his throw. He's backing up third on a play on a pickle, and he's also ready to, be the receiving end of a pickle of a throw, because Arozarena would be in a pickle. Shortstop, almost forgot about him, covering third. Right fielder, covering home. And then whenever you get the ball, you switch to the other side, and you have your pickle. And that's what everyone's job here is to do. The play is now over here. The play is now between third and home. So everybody should be between third and home. There's no way the ball's going to go to the outfield without an error happening. And there's probably no way it goes to center field. So center field should not be doing anything in center field. Pitcher, there's no play at the mound. We're not trying to go to the mound. We're trying to go home. We're trying to go to a base. Pitcher Kenley Jansen should have been well behind home plate already, and this game might have continued. That said, I'm not a Dodgers fan, so I'm glad it didn't continue. But that's for you guys at home. It all goes to these small stuff sometimes. But yeah, thank y'all for watching.
You're broken hearted, baby. He broke your heart too. I tell